E3 has come and gone, and we've seen a glimpse of the next Zelda game. It wasn't much, but it looked awesome, and we found a lot of interesting details in the trailer and screenshots. Welcome to Zelda Pod Smashers. So we have a guest from the United States. We have Brian with us.
Hi.
Hey. So you're Bruce Leroy from the Zelda Universe forums, right?
Yes, I am.
Cool. And we have Frank.
As always.
And Stefan, as always. First of all, what was your reaction when you saw the trailer?
Honestly, I thought the world was beautiful. I thought it looked amazing. I don't know exactly what it is about the steampunk stuff, but I've always been like a sucker for the steampunk style.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say a lot, but going off what Anuma said, that you could literally from that point explore to the tallest mountain or all the way to the back side of the video, where you can see the mountains in the background. And that's what makes an RPG good, is the freedom to explore whatever. Yeah.
People were calling this the Zelda Scrolls.
The Zelda Scrolls.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't hear that, but that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
was amazed by that. Frank?
Well, if you know me, I'm a big fan of less linear Zelda games, because for me in Zelda exploration is important. So when Aonuma showed this vast, beautiful landscape and talked about how you can go anywhere, I was totally hyped. That's exactly what I want from a Zelda game. Yes, that was my initial reaction. Yeah. But then everything went mad shit. Some giant spider robot came blasting everything, and what was that? I'm still not sure what to think about the second part. It wasn't really a trailer, it was more like a small demo montage.
Yeah.
So we don't really know how the actual gameplay looks like.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit disappointing that we didn't get to see more. We didn't even get a name.
Mm-hmm. It looked good though.
Yeah, it looks amazing, man.
Yeah.
I was going like, no way.
Yeah.
I didn't know the Wii U was capable of such graphics.
Well, it's more cell shaded again, really. But honestly, like I told you, Stefan, the cell shading is probably the best way to go with Zelda. I thought Skyward Sword looked really good, actually.
Yeah, for a Wii game, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Skyward Sword isn't cell shaded exactly, but
artistic style.
Yeah, but. In general, I thought that Link and his horse didn't look as good, but the monster looked really great and the landscape looked very beautiful.
Yeah.
Even quite realistic. Even with the cell shading, quite realistic.
One of the first things I noticed was the horse. I mean, the horse animation. It's awesome. I was thinking, this is probably the best game horse that I've ever seen. I mean, it gets nervous when an enemy is approaching. The animation is just gorgeous, and on the manes and the tail.
We already did a great job with Epona and Twilight Princess, and we already can add to that.
Yeah, but
it won't get worse. But
no, but I ride horse myself.
You do? I didn't know.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I do. It's an expensive hobby, so I don't do it that much. But in Twilight Princess, Epona always bothered me because I noticed that something was wrong. I mean, some things that Epona did was just impossible. And with this horse, I was like, wow, it's perfect.
Yeah, I thought the horse animations were also kind of iffy in Twilight Princess too.
Yeah.
My sister actually rides a lot of horses, so we actually have horses here where I live.
Oh.
So yeah, I get what you're saying there.
I didn't pay attention to the animations, but on the one hand, it doesn't seem to be Epona, but a different horse.
Yeah, it's darker.
Yeah, and an important detail about the horse is Lynx carries all the stuff on the horse. He has a shield on the horse. I think someone spotted a sword even on the horse.
Yeah, I did.
And you won't? Okay. And different arrows, like this tech arrow he uses in the end of a montage, it was on the horse.
Yeah, underneath the tech arrow, that's where his sword is.
Ah.
He pulls out the arrow and then you see the sword. So, it's cool. And he has multiple bags. It looks like even he has a sleeping mat, sleeping blanket, something like that.
So maybe this hints to a very different item system in this game.
Yeah, maybe.
Usually you have this invisible inventory where Link gets out a ball of chain out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it seems like this game has a more realistic approach. Like you have this horse and stuff on your horse, and in the montage he only has the bow ready. So maybe I don't know how this game will work, but it hints to a very different system.
Yeah, lots of things are different here.
Well, yeah. Another thing I noticed is he wearing the green tunic? He's not.
No, he was wearing a tunic similar to the Wind Waker, the beginning of the game, the blue tunic of white undershirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That just kind of struck me odd because usually in the trailer he's wearing a green tunic, but this is, I think, is the first one I've ever seen him without the green tunic on in the initial. I guess you could call this a trailer, but
we were playing a game of reveal bingo on the Zelda Universe forums, and we were even saying, we shouldn't have predictions that say Link will be in green because it's too obvious. And what did it do? He wasn't in green.
Yeah. Okay.
I basically got what I wanted because I really had been craving a new design for Link.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I was getting so bored of the anything that looked a bit like Ocarina of Time.
Might be that it was in the beginning of the game, so you don't know if you still can get his green stuff as he almost like his green hat and his tunic.
Yeah,
it might be a scene from the beginning of the game, like a game explainer compared it to Princess Mononoke, which is like this big anime.
Mononoke Hime.
And the beginning is very similar, like the style and Link on the horse, fighting a big monster.
By the way, you should all go watch the Game Explain and the IGN Rewind movies because they spot a lot of things that we're not necessarily going to mention or explain here. So,
I also really love the ponytail. Some people think Link will lose the ponytail, but I'm hoping he's keeping it.
At least, like he won't go back to old boring Link again. He should stay unique a bit like this.
I know, this Link looked more exciting than the rest of them. I don't know how to explain it, but he did.
Like with the hood, with the cloak.
Yeah, that too, yeah, exactly. Every time I think Link now, I think Twilight Princess Link for some reason, and I guess he was the coolest looking Link to me, but I don't know, this one seemed to bring out more excitement. I don't know how to explain that, but...
Yeah. I really like the design. In advance, I was suggesting they go maybe for a more traveler's look on Link, and this is basically that. And he has a lot of gear on his horse, and IGN suggests that he is a hunter.
I think it was Game Explain.
Okay, yeah. And he does look a bit like a hunter. He could be the protector of his village maybe before the game even starts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is like an opening sequence for the game, or is it just something they made for this trailer?
I think this might be just they're just showing you just enough to get you excited, and nothing too much to spoil the game or anything. It's definitely got me excited.
Yeah. Frank, what do you think of the whole trailer? Where does it come from? Is it from the game, or?
What I'm worried about is the camera. Is it like, because we had this fixed cameras in certain positions showing gameplay, but I hope it's not that way in the game, because I hate games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill where you always have this fixed camera, and I don't like to play this way. I don't want this for Zelda. I want my free camera, like always.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mean, usually they did this because of a limitation. For example, in Castle Town of Ocarina of Time, it was all pre-rendered, so they couldn't have a free camera.
Yeah, that's of course, but
I don't think they're crazy enough to do that. We'll see. Now, I was wondering if this is from the beginning of the game, because he doesn't have the green tunic yet, but he does have this super special arrow. I mean, where did he get it? I think this might just be something they made for this reveal trailer.
He's fighting this big monster, where the arrow has a similar design to the monster itself. And it seems like, okay, bomb arrows don't do anything on this monster, but this arrow does. So it's something very special, which he's using here. So it all has its meaning.
I think he was just damaging the thing with the bomb arrows and then finishing it off with a tech arrow. But the trailer just doesn't show much. A lot of people have been noticing that he looks very girly.
Mm-hmm. I agree to that, except for his breasts.
Yeah.
I didn't think he
Really-
looked too girly. Maybe a little bit.
I think maybe it's a bit worse than most games, but he looked girly in every game. I had a few
Yeah.
friends.
Ocarina of Time, you could argue with it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I had some friends, some girls play Skyward Sword, and they kept saying, "Look, Link's a girl, look at him." And I remember with Hyrule Warriors, people were joking about Link, like, "Hey, we finally got a female playable Link."
Now it's even more.
Yeah.
It looks really
Maybe it's the
antagonist.
ponytail. I think it might be the ponytail that makes this one look a little girly.
Yeah, I know, the
I think
slender
that's-
face, I think.
Yeah, maybe a little bit in the face too.
Link has never been very broad in the shoulders.
No.
Yeah, I think they're also doing it on purpose. I think Aonuma said something like that. Like, we are aware of this.
He made jokes about that people think he looks like a girl. He laughed about that. So you don't know if Aonuma,
Aonuma style.
yeah, he's trained in interviews. He knows how to say a lot without actually revealing anything. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's-
Exactly.
politician.
so most of his interviews don't give much away. So.
Yeah.
So what I'm really interested in is like the bow. I suspected already in the past that this game is going to have a bow as an important weapon, much more important than previous Zelda games, because with the Wii gamepad, it's best for using the bow. Like with the Wii, we had nunchuck and Wiimote for shield and sword. And with this game, we have a Wii gamepad to use for the bow and like have do lots of archery. So I was surprised to see, in this he has primarily the bow and he uses different kinds of arrows. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it would be cool. I'd like to
Yeah,
see that.
definitely. Yeah.
Like, I would even be okay with it if they made the bow the primary weapon and then the shield just something to finish people off.
So not excluding the sword completely or anything, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We already spotted the sword and shield on the horse, so I think we are still present. But
Yeah.
like,
Actually, someone noticed that the big enemy has one of its legs cut off at the end of the trailer.
Oh, really?
But the interesting thing is that he still has his leg in the beginning of the trailer. So apparently something happened. Maybe Nintendo cut that out, and we'll see it later again.
Maybe that was a reappearing enemy throughout the game. Who knows?
might be, yeah.
Yeah, it could be like I don't know, kind of like, I don't remember her name in the Phantom Hourglass, the reappearing ship, the pirates that come and get you. It's kind of like that kind of thing.
Yeah, or like the big moblin in Twilight Princess.
Yeah, something like that, like a reappearing enemy.
People also noticed that Link is right-handed again.
Yes, he uses the bow with his left hand,
Did
so
not.
he's right-handed.
Yeah. Could this mean that...
Oh, yeah, that is true. He is right-handed. Oh, wow. Okay.
What I hope this means is that there's optional Wii Motion Plus controls.
Yeah, I hope so as well. Previously, Miyamoto talked about games that would use the Wii gamepad in many different ways. And I suspected that Zelda would this time again be the big prototype. I expected Zelda would be going to be the gamepad game. But I didn't really like it because I like the controls of Skyward Sword, which cool to use and fun. So I was hoping that we were going to do like a multiple control style. It might still be the option. Like you can still use a bow with a Wiimote and nunchuck. We did it before.
Yeah.
And
I hope so.
yeah, to give you different options to play the game. Maybe even Pro Controller for those who like it really classic.
Yeah. When I looked at that trailer, I was thinking... first of all, I was reminded of some recent Disney movies, for example, Tangled, which I kind of like, actually. At one point in Tangled, you have this scene where the main guy is escaping on a horse from a castle, and I always thought, wow, it would be cool if you could do that in Zelda. And now I was reminded of Tangled when I was watching Zelda, so that was pretty awesome. I was looking at this world, and I mean, I thought it was special that Aonuma stressed how powerful enemies can suddenly show up in a peaceful environment. I was starting to think, what if they make it more like a playing field? Just random stuff happening all the time. It would add a lot of replay value.
Yeah, it would, definitely.
Aonuma hinted that you're going to be able to create your own story, basically, but that's with the open world, with making your choices where to go and
non-linear.
Yes, but we have no idea how this is going to look like. But
yeah, true.
It could be exciting and add a lot of replay value, because each time you play the game, you choose a different route, and maybe even sort of create a different adventure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about how this works with a big enemy, and I suspect it is like an important enemy for the story. Game expert analyze that you have. It looks like something really old, but the legs look new. It's like something maybe Link has awakened it. It's like a sentry for a rune. He was going to explore, and then he awakened this thing, and it's now running around causing havoc in Hyrule. And he has to stop this thing. Might be.
I'm going to guess that it came from the mountain that's split in half. And someone noticed that in the middle of the picture there's an area that also looks like it's like the earth broke open. There's now a canyon. So that's my theory. Like there came this giant rift in the ground, and that's where the Octobot came from.
Yeah.
Would you even call it steampunk after the initial reaction from people?
I wouldn't call it. It looked quite different, like more.
I wouldn't call it steampunk, but there has been some sort of like technological advancement compared to other Zelda games in this one.
Usually in fantasy games, some sort of technology is not something strange. Like you have this ancient technologies. In Zelda, in Skyward Sword, you had robots. So, and if you think about it, the Beamos enemy you have in a lot of games is also. It's not that much different from this monster, which shoots big laser beams.
Exactly, that's what I thought. Sure, right now it's bigger and it's more in your face, but doesn't mean it's steampunks all of a sudden.
Usually in fantasy, technology is something ancient, something from a long time, and we all know only have swords and bows, but hidden in the past and beneath the ruins, there's some technology stuff. That's what you see in a lot of fantasy games. And why not do the same for Zelda? Like Final Fantasy would be a good example, but why not do the same for Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this trailer gives anything away about the timeline placement?
No.
You can sort of see Hyrule Castle in the background, so you at least know it's not. It's probably going to take place after Skyward Sword. But that's as far as it goes.
Fortunately, not another prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we're done with prequels. Have another explanation story for the Master Sword. Or something like that. How Demise was created.
The high technology reminded me of the adult timeline with the Wind Waker and especially Spirit Tracks. But then again, I thought, wait, if this would have been a sequel to Spirit Tracks, you should see a lot of railroads.
Well, it depends if it's takes place 500 years of the Spirit Tracks and no one is using the rails. They're probably gone already.
Yeah.
So you never know.
But the whole style, the graphical style, I think it suits the adult timeline.
Yeah.
Wind Waker.
Yeah, especially Link's costume is a big hint. Like, Aonuma smiled when we mentioned that Link's outfit is reminiscent of the one in the Wind Waker in the beginning, the blue one. So he smiled about that. So maybe that's a big hint that it takes place around the Wind Waker in this timeline.
I was actually wondering if it could be a direct sequel to The Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass. It could tell the story of how they founded New Hyrule.
Well, in the distance you can see this like volcano-like mountain, and it's surrounded by desert. It's quite similar to Spirit Tracks actually, where you have the Death Mountain and desert next to each other.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if somebody already drew a map based on this screenshot. Should be possible.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Me too. Lots of forests.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. You can see 2 lakes. One to the left with a river streaming towards it.
Yeah,
but also
one near the Death Mountain area.
Yeah. And I think that's a cave right on top of the lake.
Yeah, you can spot a cave there.
I wonder if the building in the beginning on the left, if that's Link's house.
Yeah, I was actually wondering exactly what house that was. It could have been Link's house, but
yeah, might be.
It's a question with me.
I'd like that. Then Link's house would be right in the middle of everything, like in Link to the Past.
How do you know if this is the middle? This could be
really
the other end of the entire area, like you're up on the hill and behind you.
But at least it's not in a distant province like Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess.
This looks a lot more distant than Twilight Princess. Here the distance looks massive. It's like this huge.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could play it right now.
Yeah, I really hope that he was telling the truth about the. Well, what he said was you could explore all the way to the farthest mountain. Yeah. I really hope that's what I get when I actually get the game.
It should be possible.
The problem is always the content, because exploration is only good if there's something to explore. But if it's like in Skyrim, you have this feeling of everything is copy-pasted, like every village looks the same.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want this for Zelda. It's already really bad in the Wind Waker, where you have like these copy-pasted islands and pirate lookouts and everything. If you have this great open world in the Wind Waker, but all is the same.
Yeah,
I don't want this here.
It's repetitive and boring.
If it's empty, if there's nothing to explore, nothing to discover,
I know. And this
it looks quite interesting. But if you have these ruins here, you have these lookouts there, and there's something to discover in quite a lot of places. So it might be good. We don't know. It's hard to say. What I'm interested in is in how the camera, how it will. Can I move freely for this, or is this like a fixed camera?
That would break the game. They wouldn't be that stupid, I think.
You can't be sure.
True, they have to mess up something, right?
I know, I wish we could have seen more, definitely.
Yeah.
It's an actual gameplay, but not just montage. It was like a cinematic, not what we did there, with some fixed cameras, but nothing actual in-game gameplay.
But some things, for
enough,
example, if Link jumps off his horse actually helps him jump up.
Yeah.
His horse pushes him up. It's awesome. Yeah. I hope that's in the game.
His horse is like a jump pad.
Yeah.
It's probably in the game. I think it would, but I have a hard time imagining. For example, what we already discussed with the arrows. He's like, he has this one arrow, special arrow, this tech arrow on the back on his horse. But you find this is like a one shot. If I miss it, the arrow is gone, and I have to fight a new one. Or I think it was a nice detail. He have like 2 bomb arrows in his hands, and he shoots one, and then he shoots the second one, but he holds both of them in his hands.
Yeah.
But can you only lose the 2 when it takes longer to reload? I don't know. Is it more realistic this time? But more realistic usually means less fun.
Yeah. Well, if you're, I don't know, going about it in a Twilight Princess aspect, that game was realistic enough, but it was really boring after a while.
Yeah, you could say that in Twilight Princess he was overpowered with the bomb arrows, like spamming these to kill everything instantly. So maybe if you're using a different approach, I don't know.
Yeah.
We only have this one powerful magical arrow. Make the shot count.
Don't mess this up, Link.
No pressure. But I have a fairy telling you, don't miss your enemy. Don't miss the target.
Maybe
you screwed up. You're dead.
Maybe it's auto-aim. Maybe it's just a sequence of pre-rendered videos.
Yeah, press A to win.
Yeah, exactly. You beat the game, yay. I don't know. It looks really good.
I want to learn more. I have a hard time making my opinion about what I saw. I like the vast landscape, but I want to know how the system works.
Yeah.
And how you explore, how the camera is, how the gameplay is. And I'm kind of interested in the battle, but I want to see how the game plays first off, because it's hard to make an opinion right now.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
What I hope they'll do is spend some minutes in every Nintendo Direct on the game from now on.
I want a Zelda Direct.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's
I want.
too soon
Like
for
a
that.
big Zelda Direct, show us the game, show us Hyrule Warriors, show us Majora's Mask 3D, or whatever Crash was making.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
That's what I want.
They didn't do it at E3, so I don't think they're going to do it at a time.
Yeah,
I know.
We can do it in fall or whatever. Right before releasing Hyrule Warriors, they can make a big Zelda Direct, showing more about this game.
They'll probably start giving this game more attention after Hyrule Warriors has been out for a few months.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think it will be released around end of 2015, not earlier. Like, Arunuma already said that he plans to show demo next year at E3. So there's probably not going to be much in the meantime.
IGN brought up a good point. They said with a huge, massive world like this, there's so much content to make. And right now what you see looks pretty much finished, at least in the foreground, but in the background the hills don't have forests yet. Will they add those? And is there a snowy area? Is there a desert again? And is it just this, what we see now, or is the game going to be bigger? I hope it's bigger.
That's a difficult question. As I said, I'm curious to see how the world is going to look like in-game. And yeah, what's there to explore? It's difficult how the boundaries are made. Like, it looks really open. What are the boundaries here? If you can go to the mountains, can you go beyond them? Or is like, are the mountains the border? Yeah. We don't know.
Maybe it's an island, or...
Maybe that's all, if it isn't the game we already showed us, it's like the entire game landscape in this one screen. We don't know. Or maybe there's more behind the hill, or more behind the mountains.
I'm just going to try and stay really confident that they're going to pull through with the whole landscape. It's going to be nice and vast, and a lot bigger than the ones we've seen in the past.
Yeah. This already looks bigger than...
Yeah, it's bigger for sure, yeah.
Bigger, as well as having a lot of different varieties of, different types of trees and grass and, caves, structures.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice if they had more than one or two towns, too.
Yeah. But the game is so detailed. I mean, when that enemy appears, the goats look up and they start running away. Birds fly away. It's... wow. This is in the game. It's going to be one of the best game worlds I've ever seen, I think.
So this all takes place in Hyrule, correct? Or
we don't know, actually.
We don't know?
It's probably going to be Hyrule, but we don't know for sure.
What do you think those statues could be that you see when Link runs away?
What do you mean, these ruins? Or?
Yeah, these ruins.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me either.
I think my brother or someone else said it would be cool if it was a petrified dragon, like a dragon turned to stone.
It might have something to do with a monster that Link is fighting. Like, if you look at the monster, it has this moss on it, and it's like something that has been awakened. Maybe it's part of these ruins, and yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sentry for these ruins. That's what I suspect. But
yeah.
When he runs right into a little lake.
And the lake looks gorgeous. I mean, wow. All those plants in the water and the wooden bridge. Do you think we'll see destructible environments in the game?
Oh, that's a good point, because obviously the monster's blowing lots of stuff up. And environment is burning, ruins are crumbling, the bridge is getting destroyed. Yeah, so obviously the environment this game can be destroyed in some fashion. Maybe if you can do it yourself with bomb arrows, like, hey, you farmer guys there.
So the environment's destructible, I guess you'd call it.
Yep.
If you were to blow anything up, it'd just blow up.
The question is, that's not usual for Zelda game. If you like blow something up, you leave the screen, you go back, everything is back to normal. So how how will we handle this in this game? Obviously, you can't just blow everything up, and then in the end of the game, Hyrule is just a big crater. And
Thanks, Link. Thanks a lot.
I destroyed the entire world. Game over.
The opposite of saving Hyrule.
Or is this just a trailer and the actual game isn't like this?
If we said it's in-game footage, so
yeah, but
we said it's not a cinematic. It's something recorded in-game.
I think he said it's not pre-rendered, and then I think what he meant to say was it's all in-engine.
Yeah, sure, but
if you would actually be able to do this, and the game would be like this, I mean, constantly bridges breaking, and like what you mentioned, one special arrow, and I don't see it work like this.
Do you think that arrow could be a main item in the game? I know, something you find later on that could help you maybe defeat the last boss or defeat whatever threat is coming.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bow didn't look anything too special, but the arrow...
It looks like the normal hero bow from previous games.
Yeah, exactly. The arrow looked more distinct than the bow.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's even the arrow is like the main thing the game will call, like it's arrow of the goddesses, or what also tech arrow.
Yeah, something.
Legend of Zelda tech arrow. That's what the game will be called. Because in the past I thought like, okay, this game will revolve around the bow. Maybe it's called like the Legend of Zelda Bow of the Goddesses or something like that. But maybe it's the arrow actually, which
arrow of the goddess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it's about the horse of the goddesses.
Horse of the goddesses. Yeah.
Ponytail of the arrow. The goddess.
Skyward arrow, but
Man, I really like the animations they did on the I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna call it the Beamos for right now, but I like the animations they did for the beams he's shooting. That looks pretty nice.
Yeah. The lighting effects here are so awesome.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
You see particles flying around.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful.
This game is going to look so gorgeous in the dark during night.
Oh no.
Okay. Anything we missed?
No, I think we talked about it.
Yeah. Again, I think you should all watch the IGN Rewind and the Game Explain trailers.
Ooh, I made a Facebook page for Zelda Pod Smashers.
Ooh. Right.
Yeah, so people will stay up to date, and sometimes I'm sharing Zelda news.
Yeah, definitely.
Could just subscribe on YouTube, but
that's better.
Yeah.
We have 20 subscribers, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you guys are growing.
24 actually by now.
Alright.
So many.
And it only gets bigger.
Oh yeah, man. We're unstoppable. I'm going to try and get Zelda Williams to do a podcast with us.
Maybe when we have 50 subscribers or something.
I saw her in another video, and I was thinking, I bet she would be crazy enough to join us.
You know, maybe.
You can just ask her on Twitter.
Yeah. Maybe wait until we get a little bit more subscribers.
Okay, so it's 50 subscribers.
50 is the matching number. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I hate? When those people have those nice music videos. For example, Lindsay Sterling. She plays a nice song, and at the end, hey guys, oh thank you, please subscribe, buy my album, bye.
You're going to use that for this podcast.
Yeah, you're gonna use that. You're gonna have to.
Okay. Yeah, then we have our ending.